Hi, I am Amalie Schaefer with Systematic Excellence Consulting, and today I'm going to go over how to create a template inside of ClickUp. So templates can be used for lots of different things, recurring tasks, even projects, and what it helps you do is not have to set up the same thing over and over and over again. So the first template I'm going to go over is a task template. So to create that, if we just create a new task here, and look, this is for YouTube production. So we'll just call it topic number 3. Okay. And maybe we call it the YouTube template task. Let me actually call it YouTube template task. Okay. And then let's say we have maybe we have the link to SOP in here, maybe some additional links to Google folders or something. Let's say that we also have subtasks. So maybe this is the record video. Oops. And let's say then it's edit video, write copy, and design images. And then let's say in each one of these there is some information in the task description. We'll say maybe this is again the link to SOP, maybe some additional links here. And you can put, whatever instructions you need to put. If you don't want to link to an SOP, you can put the instructions in there. But what I want to show you is once you have this set up, if this is, the process that you go through for each of the YouTube videos, once you have that done, you come over here to the 3 dots, you go to Template Center. And so you have some options: browse template, save as template, or update existing template. So right now we're just going to save as template. And I'm going to call this the YouTube template task. Okay, and then I can choose if I only want to share it with myself, everyone including guests, all members, admins, or select people. So I'm just going to, right now I'm just sharing it with all members. If we're going to do public sharing, we can turn that on. And once we save it, there will be a link that we can share publicly. For now, I'm not going to do that. And then you can import everything, or you can customize what you want to import. I want to import everything. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. So now this is saved as a template. And let's say after I get the initial template set up, I realized that I wanted to add time estimates in here. So if I go into estimate, let's say this is 1 hour. Let's say this is 30 minutes. Let's say this is 1 hour. And let's say that this is 1 hour as well. Now, I also have the time estimate rollup ClickUp set up, so it's showing me the cumulative time for all of the subtasks of the main task. And then let's say that this main task will take 30 minutes. Okay, so now we've updated the template. We'll have to go in and save it. So now I just go to Template Center, update existing template. We want to find our YouTube template task. Go ahead and click on it, hit next. And then we can, again, some of the same choices here, who we want to share it with, what options, what we want to import. We can also add a description. This is used for every new YouTube video. We can add tags to help organize our templates if we wanted to. I'm not going to do that right now, and then I just hit save. So now this template is set, and anytime we make changes to it, we need to save, update the template. Now, if you have this template implemented on a bunch of tasks. When you update it, it doesn't update those other tasks. It will just update the templates. You'll have to manually go update the other ones. Now to apply the template, all you do, and you can either leave it here or you can delete it. Once it's a template, you don't need it to stay there. So if this is the task we want to apply it to, I come in here, I go over to the template center, and I hit Browse Templates, and then I select, so I can either hit Quick Use or I can click on this, make sure this is the template I want, and then I can hit Use Template, and I want to import everything, or I can customize what I want to import, and then now it's gonna add the template. Oop, it's still doing it. There we go. So now it's added the template, it's added the time estimates, it's added anything that we've put in here in the description. It would pull over comments, it would pull over anything that you've put into custom fields. So it'll put in the information that you had in here and pull over the custom fields. So that's one way of doing a template, is doing a task by itself. The other way that we can do a template is, let's say we want to save this list as a template. So we go over to Template Center, we want to save as template, and then we can call it the YouTube template list. And again, we have the same options. So we can add a description, tags, members, public sharing, import everything. We're going to import everything. So now this list has been made a template. The way that we use a list typically is if the list in itself is a project or process that you are going to repeat. So let's say you're going to do the same campaign, or if you're doing a specific marketing, let's say marketing campaign every quarter, and you have all of the tasks in here that you need for that, all of the subtasks, everything in this particular list, you can create the list into a task. So then the way that you would apply that is, let's create a new list. Oops. And we're going to call this the template YouTube list, and we'll go ahead and create list. Now I'm going to go to this new list, and we're going to go to Template Center, Browse Templates, and I'm going to find the list that I just created. Whoops, this is showing. Here we go. There we go. We have our YouTube list. So if I click on this, it's going to tell me everything that's being pulled over. So the statuses, the custom fields, the different view types. So the template actually pulls in the different view types. So the list, the board view that I already had applied here, it pulls in the custom fields and the statuses that I have set up. So if I just go ahead and do use template, it's going to ask me if I want, what do I want to import? And do you want to include archive tasks? I can choose yes or no. Again, import everything, project dates. If I want to remap them, I can choose that. For now, I'm going to import just as it is, but I can select how to remap. So basically I'd choose the start date of when the project's starting and when it's ending, and then it'll apply it to the due dates that are already set on the template and remap them. Again, this is telling me where the location is and the name, and I want to keep the name the same. So I could change the name if I want. So if I want template YouTube list, if I want to keep it consistent with what I already put, and then I just hit use template. Oops. There we go. We'll just add it that way. Now it's creating the list, and it will just take a second. Okay. All right, so now it's pulled everything over, and why it looks different is because I need to show empty statuses. and then I can just save this view. And now it has the statuses, it has the views that I had pulled over, it has the list information that I had already created, and all of the tasks. So I might use this also for a client list. So if we have a template list for a client that we want to use over and over and over again, I would create one as the template and then just implement that each time. Now, it did create a separate list from the one that I initially created, so I can just go ahead and delete this one. But now I have my YouTube list that it pulled from the template. And the other thing that you can do is you can create a folder template. So I may use, so for the client project template, so if this is something that we always use for the client, so each client gets a folder, we're going to use the same processes for them. I might not have necessarily meeting dates set up, but we can create a template from the folder. So if I come over here, again, I'm going to go to Template Center, and I'm going to save as template, and I'm going to call it the Client Project Template. And then again, I can choose, I can add a description, tags, make it public, I can import everything or customize. I do want to import everything for this. I'll go ahead and hit save. And now it's creating this folder as a template. So then when I'm ready, oops. I'm going to go over to templates, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the project template. So it's going to show us the status groups that we have inside each of the lists. It's going to show the view types that we have, and I'm going to go ahead and hit use template, and maybe we call this client number 1. And then we want to import everything, or we can remap those dates. But for now, I'm just going to import everything because I don't have any specific due dates that I want to apply. And we don't want to import any, for this specific thing, I don't want to import archive tasks, but I could if I wanted to. And then I hit use template. And then it's going to create that folder with all of the different lists, the tasks, the views. It's going to import the statuses, any information that I have in here. So for this particular one under October 4th, I actually have a doc embedded. So it's going to import all of that. So if we go down to client number 1, we can see that it has the client information exactly the same. It has the project internal list. It has the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And it just makes it easier. So then you don't have to recreate all of these things every time. Even if there's going to be some edits that you need to do, it would almost be easier to create the template, delete what you don't need, and get it set up that way. So it makes it a lot faster when you need to do that. It also pulled over like any subtasks that I had here. So templates are a great way to save time. And once you have your process created and you've standardized it, then this is one way to optimize it and make it easier when you're doing repeated projects or tasks or getting things set up for clients. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Make sure you follow for our future videos. Thank you.